All right, so welcome to Prospect Trader. I'm Rod, and
I'm Scott.
and welcome. Today is our first episode, and we just want to basically share with you guys what you can expect from the Prospect Trader. Both Scott and I have been around this hobby, as we call it, or most of you refer to it as. For us, it's kind of more of a business now. We're looking at it more like you would trade stock or you would trade any other investment commodity. So back in 2008, nine, I guess it was, we got into it pretty good, and Scott was one to introduce me to it. But I kind of got off into producing events and doing some other stuff. Scott stayed in it, but now we're back, and we just want to share with you guys, those that are hobbyists that may want to convert and get more of an investment philosophy behind it, and those of you that may not be aware of what prospect trading is and might want to look at it as an avenue to maybe make a little side money. So, with that said, Scott, what do you want to share about prospect trading in general? Maybe your concept, how do you prospect, or how do you pick a card to invest in?
Well, what I do is I I look a lot at the new products that come out. I'm mostly a Bowman and a Bowman draft guy. My favorite product is Bowman draft baseball. Okay, so it usually comes out after the draft, but it usually comes out in around Christmas time. Okay, so but what I do is when I see the checklist come out, I'll print out the checklist and I'll go down every player that I'll break down every player. I'll look at every player and I break down, how tall he is, his age, uh, what position he plays, and I break him down like to maybe 5 or 10 guys that I might be interested in buying. And
Mhm.
so then what I do is, then when the product comes out, then I go to eBay and I punch in the guy's name, and I'll look at his autos and look at his numbered cards, and also look at his chrome and see what they're selling for, or what I can pick them up for. And if it's, a lot of times when the product first comes out, the stuff is overpriced. So sometimes you might want to wait maybe a month after a product comes out, because the even the Chrome are selling for more than in a month. So
Mhm.
even if a guy's playing good, most of the time the cards will come down a little bit, where you can purchase them.
Mhm.
So that's what I do. I usually will wait like maybe a month after the product comes out, and then I'll look at the guys that I like, and then I'll just start looking every day, and you know, pick up the guys that I like.
So is your feeling that, it's just mostly fan hype at the initial product break? A lot of people
Yes,
getting a
yes, it
lot
is.
of the hype, the real retail fan hype. People who want to own this particular card forever. They love this guy. They think about a lot of potential in this person, and that's not necessarily the prospect trader buying it, inflating the price. Is that what we're saying? Or we're saying that
Yeah,
even
and
or
another
is it the
thing is, like,
uneducated prospect trader, the person
right,
that is really feeling like I have to get it now, kind of like, you know, right at the beginning of a brand new IPO, you figure you got to jump in, and a lot of times that initial hype will be there, but then it'll start to drop. You know what I mean? I mean, circle
well,
an example.
another thing is too, like high school guys that get drafted.
Hmm.
A lot of people will be watching these high school games, and they'll try to get a jump on these guys. When they get drafted, they'll say, oh, this guy looks pretty good.
Yeah, yeah,
So then they'll look at it like that. There's a lot of high school guys that get drafted and a lot of college guys. So
yeah.
the difference is the high school guys obviously are a lot younger. So
Right.
it's probably 17 to 19 on the high school guys, and maybe 20, or maybe, yeah, probably 20 to 23 on the college guys. So the thing is when I'm looking at ages, when I see a college guy, you have to really think about, how good this guy is, because if you see him play his after he signs a contract and you see him play and they only start him at rookie ball and he's 22 or 23 years old and
Mhm.
he's only hitting 220,
Mhm.
that's not a guy you're going to want to look at.
Wow. Yeah.
It's but I mean the thing is it's a lot of waiting game also,
Mhm.
especially with the younger guys, because it takes them longer to get to the majors. I don't always, most of the time, I probably don't wait till they get to the majors before I turn them. If
Okay.
if I buy a guy at $1 and I can sell it for 5
Mhm.
during the season when he's playing good,
Mhm.
why wouldn't I? You know,
So let's take some of these cats though. That I mean, some of these guys got autos that are going for $100+ already, and they're tiny.
Mhm.
I mean, they're 18 years old, maybe still in Class A advanced. I mean, how do you look at that card? Is that still? Are you looking at that now as maybe that entry point's too high, or is that still like where you just have to get in?
Well, I mean, it really depends on your budget. What your budget is. I mean, the thing is, there's people that are going to get in uh, with that $100 card. I mean, they like him that much, they're going to get in at 100.
Mhm.
Which there is baseball has so many guys that get drafted, and to do your research
Mhm.
is where you can make your money, because I mean the thing is there's so many guys that get drafted in the 10th, 12th round that turn out to be really good ball players and you can make a lot of money on, instead of the guy that's a first rounder and his auto comes out at 100, and then maybe he has a good couple of weeks or whatever and it goes up to 120. Well, I mean the thing is you can make a lot more money on buying lower end autos. It's I mean that's just how it works. I mean, there is a lot of guys that are not first rounders that make it, and there's some first rounders that don't make it.
Yeah, yeah, no, you get a lot more bus, I guess, than you expect too, you know. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of these guys just don't make the transition well, you know.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, going from if they're playing college or whatever, going from a aluminum bat to a wood
Mhm.
bat, a lot of those guys that really messes with their head the first year or two,
Mhm.
they can't hit.
But
And
that
and the thing
definitely
is,
supports not buying the hype, you know, until
right.
they
Well,
actually.
and the thing is, and if you're buying a college guy, if you're buying a guy at 22, 20 years, 22 or 23 years old, and he's not hitting for the first 2 years, I mean, then he's up to 25 years old.
Yeah.
That's, that's not a guy that I buy, you know.
So, so with that said, let me ask you how you feel about college guys in general. I
Well,
mean,
I mean,
they're already basically behind the curve.
well, they are to a point. I mean, the thing is, I mean, some of the guys are very good, and they might only take a year or maybe a half a year before they get a call up.
Right.
So if they're
Right.
really good, and then they start them at A ball, and then they get up to Class A advanced and then Double A all in the same year. I mean I mean there is some college guys that make it, that make it soon,
Mhm.
before they're 23 years old. They'll 1 year and they'll be up. So I mean the thing
Have to
is,
they have to be someone that you feel will be going through the system rapidly though, because their window's much shorter.
right, right.
The window of consideration. I mean, the team starts to feel like I don't know that we want to invest in this guy as much if he's not doing what they need to at 24, 25
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Very
Okay.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the younger guys is they start out. Some of them even start out at a short season.
Mhm.
Which they play 40 games or whatever. That's before. before rookie ball. But then, I mean, the thing is, if they're 17, 18 years old, they have 2, 3, 4 years to get better over the years.
Right,
And,
right.
and the thing is, and if they do, you're watching them every year and they're getting better, then you can go on eBay or wherever you sell your cards, or a card show or whatever, and you can move some of them.
Hmm.
If you see that, they've gone up enough for you to make a nice profit, then you can turn some of them.
So if you were getting in on Chrome lots or Chrome, I'm sorry, in general, you'd be looking for more lots than one-on-one purchases though. Yeah, because if you're coming in with if you're buying lower end cards, I mean you don't want to buy them one for one, do you? I mean you got
No, no,
all this
no.
involved.
If you're buying a base Chrome non-auto, you have to buy lots. I mean, and they when a new product comes out, there's
Tons of lots.
hundreds of auctions that you can buy. But another thing is you can always, when a guy comes out, you can always look for his numbered cards,
Hmm.
because the numbered cards, they get a premium.
Yeah.
So,
And they
I
hold
mean,
their value too. I think they hold their value more so
than
than
the Chromes do.
than the Chromes do. Yeah, for sure.
Correct. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, you got anybody you want to share with today?
Yes, I do. This is a Detroit uh, Tigers prospect. He's down in single A advanced right now. His name is Josue uh,
Brasino?
Brasino.
I think it's Brasino.
Brasino. Okay. He's 20 years old. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. He's the places that he's played on the field. He's been a DH, a catcher, and a first baseman.
Okay.
So this year in Class A Advanced, he's in 54 games. He had 15 home runs, and he walked 41 times and only struck out 40 times. So a guy, and his average was a 292, his batting average. So the thing is about a guy that's 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, if they have more walks than strikeouts, that's a very, very good sign. So I was looking up some of his autos, and you can pick up his autos around between $50 and $60 for a base auto,
Okay.
ungraded. So I mean, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
So and another thing is he just was getting moved up to Double A. So they liked what he did at Single A Advanced, so they're moving him up to Double A. So as a 20-year-old playing in Double A is pretty good.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Um, I got one from I got the information on my phone here. I should have probably bought a little pad or something, but I got one today. It's a WNBA prospect. So NCAA women's basketball girl. Hannah Hidalgo.
Eldago, yeah, okay,
Dago.
uh-huh,
We're gonna butcher these names.
yeah, we are. I am anyway.
I mean, I'm not even going to claim to be proficient in names at all. I mean, let
Right,
alone anything without common spelling.
right,
You
right,
know, um, but no, I mean, she was a sophomore last year, so I'm not even sure she's eligible for the draft. That makes her a junior, but I really need to look up her age, because she has to be 21, I think, to be eligible for the draft. So unless
okay,
she was one of those fall babies where you start school a little bit late,
right,
she
okay,
may still have one more year. So now's the time. You know what I mean? If you want to get her cards, because now's the time. I mean, most of her, it's hard to find her first autos already. But she's got more autos out. I mean, she's got a few variations of autos, but there is three different versions of patch autos and all that. You can get around 40 bucks, you know. About $20 to 3 weeks ago, but now they're rising. So I mean, her she's playing too. She's playing in USA basketball right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
she did well last night. As a matter of fact, I want to say she scored like 19 points last night.
Okay.
She was all over the little news feed, my little news feed this morning.
Okay.
Um, but no, I mean, she's strong. I mean, right now you're looking. All right, here's some Bowman Chrome information. Uh, like one of her purple refractors, Bowman Chrome U, $85. But her rookie Chrome, we're looking at, wow, even her All American McDonald's parallels are like $15, some of them. So
Okay. All right.
she's but I mean, I mean, personally, I do have some of those McDonald's All American cars just because people tend to like them at this point in people's careers. I don't know that after you start to have cards in your WNBA jersey that people still
Right.
worry about your McDonald's All-American card. But for some
Right.
reason, when all you have is your college card, that seems to be a higher demand card for some reason during that period. I'm
Right.
not sure if other people agree with that, but I see spikes in the prices of some of those cars right now, like the Laura Betts and some other one, Lauren Betts. I'm sorry, they're all increasing. The whole McDonald's All American cards because I did
Hmm.
try to grab autos of a few of those girls that I knew that still had some time to play or that would be playing this season.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, I just think that I mean her stats. I mean when it comes to steals, scoring. I mean, she just stands out. And I just don't think that I don't think you can lose on this card. I mean, I just see the value continuing to increase. And I believe that just like with the Juju Watkins and a Sarah Strong, that these cards are going to hold as long as she stays healthy. And then
Right.
in
Right.
anticipation of her draft, some of the more they're going to be scarce, is what I'm saying. There's a lot. I mean, by the time like all the Sarah Strong you're buying now, just like I told you, I wouldn't even take those to the shows or anything else because you're not gonna get what you're gonna get on them in her senior year. I
Right.
mean, and there's too many of them out right now. There's too
Right.
many available. So right now is when I think these cards are attainable.
You buy
And
now and hold.
and
Yeah.
hold, correct. This is not a flip card. I mean, this is a 2-year investment, basically, 18, 24-month investment, because she's
Hmm.
not coming out next year,
Right.
you know. Um, so for me, it's get what you can get. Buy low, buy on the off season, buy when she's not playing. You can try to buy now. So for me, I'm buying number cards now and I'm buying autos now because I don't think they'll get cheaper. I mean, maybe, but not substantially cheaper. They'll
Right.
get cheaper because of she's not playing dip. But then I fear I may miss getting cards that I want. Then I'm willing to pay whatever that little difference is because I just
Hmm.
don't see them not attaining and then increasing in value.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I I see a lot of promise in this card, in her cards in general. I mean, anything that's Bowman, I'm buying. I'm not buying outside of the Bowman brand, though. I don't know that I see much outside of the Bowman brand, but
Well, Rob, what do you think about the Bowman U compared to the Bowman's Best? What do you think about those two?
well,
Do you mess with Bowman Best at all, or do you just
I
stick to Bowman U?
I am buying Bowman Best as well.
Okay.
I prefer Bowman U. I do
Okay.
prefer Bowman U,
Okay.
but like I was saying earlier, I believe that scarcity is going to require people to have to buy outside of Bowman U. I mean,
Right.
people are going to be holding those cards. So if you want to make money on it, you got to get something with an autograph. At least I do. I mean, I don't. I'm not a big chrome guy, so I want to be autos, numbered cards primarily.
Mhm.
So I'm limiting what I can get at. I got a little larger price point, but I gotta acquire. And I mean, because they're autos, in my opinion, or numbered cards, I'm thinking that the investment's more solid. I believe
Right,
I'm taking less risk, even if I'm spending more money. I
right.
believe I'm taking less risk because of scarcity, because of the demand for the
Yeah.
auto and the numbered card.
Okay.
So I would be willing to. I mean, I'm watching the rise of them, man, and they've got. Let me pull something up then, since we're talking about her,
Okay.
and I can let you know what I won, what I'm not, um, what I'm trying to buy. We're looking here at a black number to 10, but
Wow. Okay. All right.
here, like this, I'll buy this card. Hold on. I mean, a matter of
Well,
fact, I
well,
probably
because you see that it sold for less than 34.99 because they accepted an offer. So
correct.
so it was lower than that. So that's a yeah, that's a nice card.
Yeah. And I mean, and so I've bid on this card. Now this is a Bowman U, but I bid on this card. But I haven't won any of these.
Okay. All right.
But I
Okay.
like
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice card.
but she's got so many variations. I have one of these, and I mean I put $40 on it, but this is a Bowman Best.
Okay.
And
All right. Okay.
Sarah Strong, I got a couple of her Bowman Best because
Okay.
they're more affordable, but I can get into it. But I don't think I lose at $30.
No,
I have this card.
no. That's especially in auto.
Right. It's
You're
an
just
auto patch.
yeah, the autos, if the girl does anything,
Hmm.
that card's gonna move
Correct. And I
when
got
she's
the
when she's
same one,
playing.
the same Let It Rain variation.
Sarah Strong.
Yes. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
so all of those girls that have time, I'm looking at these and I'm looking at all the variations. I don't own one of these, but I've bid on it. I've bid on them before. I don't go as aggressive on this card,
Okay.
but and I'm not sure why not. I mean, it's selling, it sells high. Well, it's solid,
Hmm.
consistent, I guess it's
Right.
better.
Right. Okay.
Consistent. But yeah, so here's the card though.
Yeah. Okay. That's the
This is what
first
you
right there.
this is
Yeah.
what you yeah, this is the card. And you wanted I have found a few Chrome versions of this card, but I have not gotten my hands on an auto. But this is the card. This is
Yeah.
the one you want.
Yeah. The one that has first in the upper corner up there is if they have a card that has a first on it, that's the card that you want to buy.
This one is the most common. I'm seeing this all over the place. This must be
That is
this is
okay. I thought it was a blue because it's all blue, but it's not. It's just
it's
a
just
base auto. But
right.
but still, that's a nice card.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. She has some nice variations that you can get into for less than $50, $40. I've been after this card though. This same one, numbered to 50. I'm
Oh,
after,
okay. It's a gold. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
I've been after this card. Oh, I won it. Boom. I got one. You see that? Congratulations.
Oh, okay. For 42. Wow, that's
So this
cheap.
is mine. This is mine. Yeah. So anyway, now I found out I did win this card. I won this card last night, right?
Okay.
Sunday
All
night
right.
at
Okay.
9 o'clock. Sunday,
Yeah.
yesterday. So
See, and that's another thing, Rob, that we need to tell people that if you want to get into buying, you know, sports cards, any sports, it doesn't really matter. You need to get into bid napper. You
yeah.
you ha you have to get into bid napper. What that is a a sniping thing that you pay for. And what you do is it's like mine is bidnapper.com and it's
Mm,
like $18 for 3 months.
mm.
The thing is what they do is you you connect it to eBay. I mean, it's really easy to do. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So it's connected to eBay, but So what happens is if there's a card you like, you go onto eBay and you copy and paste, and then you put on the bid napper, you put you copy and paste it, and then you put the total, the what's the most you want to pay for it. Okay. So then uh you have to do it. I think the least amount of time is like 7 or 8 minutes. If
Yeah, it
you
could be
can't,
it could be as much as 10 minutes, Scott, I think, because
okay, okay. So then you put the max bid that you want, and then you just wait it out until the auction ends, and then they'll tell you if you won it or not. But the thing is, the reason you need to do this is because if you say you have to go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, this card doesn't end until 3 in the afternoon. Okay. If you put Okay, say you only want to bid $50 on this card. Okay, so you put $50 on it. If you put $50 on it at 7 o'clock before you go to work, people that are looking at that card bidding on it are just bidding it up, just bid, bid,
yeah,
bid, bid,
they'll
bid.
see that 50 and
So
do
so,
that. Yeah.
so you're going to end up paying high 40s or maybe 50 or not even win it. And then if you do bid napper, what happens is you put your snipe in, and then it ends like 3 seconds before the auction. They put your price in. You might win this card for $35. You might win it for 30. So I mean, I there's a couple of buddies that I know that have been in sports cards for years. They don't do it, and I said, one card you can make up the $18 for 3 months.
Yeah. No.
It's a no brainer if you're gonna be in the sports cards. It's a no brainer to do some kind of uh, bidding snipe uh, place.
Remember, I told you the first couple days when I got back into it, I was just sniping everything. I mean, I literally, maybe I'll post it. The picture of the mail is funny because all the mail went to my neighbor's house too. I ended up putting the wrong address in. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I set up my new eBay account, my new eBay account, and I put the wrong address in. So all this stuff went next door. I mean, across the street. Anyway, I was just winning all kinds of things because, I mean, I had an entry point, and my goal was to acquire some inventory. I wanted to get back in the game rapidly. So I did get a lot of Chrome stuff. I got a lot of number stuff. So I bought low end and higher end, mid range kind of stuff.
Okay.
Um, but and then I was literally at my daughter's, what was it? Were we skating a pageant? I think we were at a pageant. And 2 days went by and I had 100 snipes to pay for. I was paying almost $500 a day for a few days just buying inventory. But it
Right.
makes that easy because you're not sitting there, you're not watching it. You've already decided what you want. You've already decided the people or the cars that you wanted. They're on your watch list. So,
Well, and then another thing is you already know what you want to pay for it.
correct,
So,
right.
you know,
Because you need to know what you want to pay for it. This is
mhm,
one of the this is the lesson for today. Um, you want to establish what you're willing to pay for something, just like it would be if it was a stock or whatever.
mhm,
This is what it's worth for you right now, the risk that you're willing to take. You can't chase a card. You remember I was saying to Scott, I've been after this card, and now I finally won one, but I wasn't putting more than $50 on that card. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And I was
And
losing
and
a
you
lot
and
of
you got
cards
it
by
for
$1 because
and you got it
somebody
for
else was willing to
42.
pay
Right.
55, and I
Yep.
got it for 42. So that means I've already got $8 of playing that card because I was willing
Mhm,
to spend 50.
right.
You
Mhm,
see what I'm saying?
yep.
Um, but that's the key. And you'll know when somebody else is watching your cards just like you because you'll lose by $1. Because the bid napper will, I mean, I don't know how it judges that because sometimes I know I shouldn't be getting a card for 99 cents or for $3 or whatever I'm getting it for. I'm like, somebody
Mhm,
had to bid bigger than that because I was up to like 12.50 on a card and I got it for like $3.
right.
But I'm not questioning how that works. I've lost cards though by $1. So
Right.
I really don't
Yeah.
know how the
So have I. Yep.
algorithm, yeah, I don't know how it really works, but just put in what you're willing to pay. Don't chase your cards. You'll get them eventually. You just keep every time I go, I just when my auctions have ended, I push similar and I go put them right back on if these are people I'm buying.
Mhm.
And as long as I'm winning some, I know I keep going. But it's a volume thing. I'm looking for deals because we're in this to make some money. I need margins. I'm not looking to buy these cards at retail or even at whatever the competitive price is right now. If you look at when I was going down that list and we were sharing the screens, I mean, you could pay $20 for a card and somebody else is paying $32 for the same card. You know, it just
Right.
happens. You
Mhm.
just want to be the $20 guy because
Right.
the $32 guy might not be able to make money on that card for a while, at least longer than you. You've already got $18
Right.
before you even reach where he is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So anyway, that's the real lesson for today. You know, study, research your guys, and don't overpay. Decide what you're willing to pay for a card. Decide where you think it's going to compare the person's play to cards of previous players and years
Mhm.
previous and just kind of decide. I think that this card's going to be a $120 card, so I'm willing to pay 50. I'm willing to pay whatever and
Right.
go with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Scotty, who else you looking at? Just throw a guy out that we might want to talk about next week.
Next week we might want to talk about Michael Royal.
Okay.
He
All
is
right.
he is just on fire right now. So that's a guy that we'll look forward to talking about next week. All right.
All right. All right.
Okay.
So you can find me on Facebook at the Prospect Trader and Scott on eBay at Scott's Rookies LLC. And this is on YouTube. Please subscribe and pass the word. You know, anybody you know that may be into prospect trading may find this content interesting. We will be doing a show every week and we'll be talking about how you can get into this hobby, how you can into this trading. I want to pull the hobby aspect out of it because really it's not about a hobby anymore. It's really
No, it's
about
not.
money.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and how you can get into it and what you need to do to make money. Also,
Okay.
we wanted to add any guys that you're looking at and you want us to maybe help you analyze or you want our opinion about, please add it in the comments. You know, just let us know and we'll be more than happy to apply all of the criteria that we apply to the cards that we purchase to your cards, to whatever you
Okay.
want. Yeah.
All right. Sounds
All right.
good. Yeah.
See you next
All
week.
right. All right. See you next week.